Let's talk about CLOV. Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm your beautiful host, Young Buffett, and in today's video, we're going to talk about CLOV. We're going to take a look at public sentiment. We're going to take a look at what people are talking about. We're going to take a look at comment volume. We're going to take a look at dark pool data. We're going to hop into Reddit and see who is holding CLOV. I got some very interesting data, if you want to call it, and we're going to take a quick look at Chamath's interview where he talked about CLOV, which I found very interesting. So if you haven't already, hop over to Finery. I say this in all of my videos because it's a really cool community where we just talk about stocks all day long. So if you need someone to talk to, bounce some ideas off of, this is the place to be. Now, let's take a look at what people are talking about. So, Ape Wisdom, as you guys might know, if you are new here, Ape Wisdom tracks the most talked about stocks on Reddit. Wall Street Bets, Wall Street Bets New, Wall Street Bets Elite, stocks, stock market, investing, SPACs, options, day trading, and short squeeze subreddits. So these are all subreddits. People are constantly talking about stocks all day long. This just consolidates all the data for us to see who's talking about what and why. And how. Number one most talked about stock, SPY. It's just been very, very interesting and very interesting to keep an eye out on, especially with all this politics going on with the debt ceiling and bills being passed and whatnot. So keep an eye out on SPY. It's the overall market. Let's see what happens as the news gets processed, I guess, or digested. A lot of things might already be priced in, but it's just very interesting to see how it will move everything else. Next up, we have ATER, then we have CEI, then we have FAMI. A lot of new stocks that we usually don't see on this list are popping up. Smile Direct Club has just been up here for a while now, working its way down. Then we have Dole, GameStop, AMC, Virgin Galactic, Wish, Bed Bath & Beyond. We're starting to see a little bit more of the meme-ish stocks making a rise here. Palantir, or Palantir. Everyone always makes fun of how I pronounce it. I just, whatever. Tesla, QQQ, AMD, and CLOV. So CLOV is slowly working its way up, but this is what I like to see, a 79% positive public sentiment. Nearby words including wish, holding, like, up, good, imagine, Smile Direct Club, out, short, AMC, GME, CLOV, still, bought, buy. Just a lot of positive words are associated nearby with some other meme stock words or names. But it's interesting to see that. Another thing that's interesting to see is what is Wall Street Bets talking about? We take a look at this because there's a lot of people talking about a lot of different things. And you guys saw a couple weeks ago when they decide to jump into something, the stock goes crazy. So number one most talked about is Wish, then BBBY, Tesla, AMC, Palantir, Space, GME, AMD, Apple, BABA, IRNT, QQQ, Smile Direct Club, and then CLOV. So CLOV, usually, as I always say in my videos, is bouncing around in the middle somewhere over here. Sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, but this makes sense. It probably is because comment volume might be rising. Let's hop into this to get a nice visual of what's going on. So as you can see, comment volume spiked up here and then the stock price spiked up here. But as time has gone by, it's been going down a little bit with a little bit of pop here. But then this is what I want to take a look at. The comment volume is starting to rise. Let's see if the stock price rises with it. But what I'm more interested in is where's the money going? So this is this CLOV? This is CLOV. This is CLOV's max pain. If you don't already know, for some reason, if you're not subscribed, which by the way, I was checking my data, 67% of people who watched my last video weren't subscribed, and then it hurt my feelings. So if you are not subscribed, definitely go subscribe. But anyways, max pain is 7.5. That changed. It's very interesting to see it change. That means people are buying more calls. That, which is interesting. So CLOV has just been getting demolished in the past couple of days with a down 5%, down 2%, whatever. But the max pain is the strike price at which the stock should be at to cause the most amount of damage to calls and puts. I say this in all my videos, and I just want to drill it into your brain because it is an important number. It is important to see how this stock is manipulated based on where the market makers would make the most amount of money. So if the strike price, if the max pain is 7.5, that means they want CLOV to close at 7.5 or just above or just below at the end of the week. Because that would mean everybody who bought 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 8.5, and 8, and 7.5 would get all of their contracts demolished. All of these contracts would be worth 0. And the puts too. So the people who bought the 4s, the 5s, the 6s, the 7s, they would also lose money. So that is the sweet spot for the market makers. They want it to expire there to cause the maximum pain. So it's just interesting to keep track of that and see if CLOV will close there. Hopping over to next week, the max pain is 7.5 as well. Hopping over to the week after that, max pain is 8. Hopping over to the week after that, max pain is 8. Then at the end of October, the max pain is still 8. So very curious to see how this plays off. It's also interesting to see that it changed. That means there is a lot of call and put volume going on, which if we hop over to the options chain, you can see is true. So yeah, it looks like a lot of people are buying the 7.5 calls. Not a lot of people are buying puts for this week, which makes sense because how low can CLOV really go? But I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, huh? Hopping over into dark pool data, again, more interesting information here. So net short volume is positive 1.1 million. We've seen this thing fluctuate like crazy recently, going from a negative 3 million to a negative 2 million to a negative 1 million to then 1 million positive and then 2 million positive, but then back to 1 million positive. So that means the dark pool facing short pressure is releasing. They're not shorting it as much as they were in the dark pools, but the stock price is still going down. So that means people are either selling, that means they're either shorting it on the retail market, that means there is just overall a little bit less activity going on in the dark pools, which is good to see in my opinion. I'm not sure what that'll do to the stock price though, so I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Net short volume in dollars is 8.4 million. So yeah, still a lot of activity going on, but again, we're just documenting our journey here every step of the way to see how price changes based off of the information that we follow. Next, I saw this Reddit post and I just had to share it with you guys because it's really cool. CLOV fam, where you at? How big is this Clovtard family? And then he talks about like, hey, he's from Hawaii and New York. And then I got curious, so I scrolled down. We got people from Russia. I know in the comment section, we have people in Russia as well. Another person, Russia, Moscow. This person, Louisiana. This person, Florida, Orlando. More Floridas, a lot of Floridas. Singapore, Washington State, Toronto, Canada, Poland. And we got some Polish people talking there. More Russia, more Florida. Stuttgart? I don't even know where that is. But we got London, we got Germany, we got New Jersey, we got Eastern Iowa, we got Calgary, Alberta, we got more Germany, we got Narnia, special guest from Narnia, New York City, Missouri, Tampa. It's just super interesting to see how many people come from different places to invest in this thing. Another Russia. I don't know why this stock is so popular in the Russian community, but that's cool. Texas, Malaysia, Germany, Canada, Italy, Cambridge, UK, Uzbekistan, Canada, Jersey Shore, Canada, Atlanta, Georgia, Irvine, California. So as you can see, it is really cool to see this massive community of people just pouring in from all over the world and all over the United States, which leads me to good old Chamath's interview. I'm going to play this for you guys. If you've already seen it, feel free to skip ahead, but I found it very valuable and very interesting. So take a listen.
Do you regret any of the deals that you did?
No. Really proud of all 4 of them. I think these are really great businesses. I'll give you an example, okay? When you look inside the Medicare ecosystem, and I've told you this before, Scott, you're lucky because you're a white man. White men in the healthcare system are at the top of the pecking order. But you go all the way down, you know who's there? Minorities, black, brown people, okay? People who have been basically put aside by Medicare. We did a business, Clover, which by the way had an incredible quarter, crushed their numbers, and when you look at the number of colored minority people that they help, it's disproportionately better than the averages for anybody else. You had CMS, who governs Clover, last week double the footprint of the number of places where they can operate, while at the same time sanctioning United Healthcare and a bunch of their competitors for Medicare fraud. So am I proud of these companies? Yeah, I think they're doing great things in the world.
Do you regret any of the
So
deals?
very interesting to see him talk about that. He doesn't very often talk specifically about CLOV, so it's very exciting to see that he does see that value in CLOV still. His point about the earnings that they reported makes absolute sense to me. I did a video that covers their earnings in full detail, so if you haven't seen that, or if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the different catalysts that we're looking for in CLOV, or if you're just interested in hearing my interpretation of what they said about CLOV, I'll put a link somewhere so you can click and watch that video as well. It really just dives into everything that they said on their earnings call and their future plans for growth and stuff. Again, CLOV is a hyper growth company, so it's very interesting to see how it's all coming out together. So jumping over into CLOV, how did it do today? It was scary. It was exciting. It was fun. I don't know what's going on, but CLOV opened up as it usually does every single day. It opened and then boom, 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 started getting destroyed, fell down, tried to break past that previous clothesline again, working its way back up, only to slowly make its way all the way down to 723. Jeez. So the low sevens, working its way back up to that previous clothesline, then working its way right back down, and then kind of consolidating a bit until there was some AMC news, I believe, that sent the meme basket skyrocketing. So a lot of people in my comments actually say, why do you call CLOV a meme stock? CLOV is a lot of things. So CLOV is a hyper growth company. CLOV is a legitimate SPAC from Chamath. CLOV is a company that's doing great things, that's growing, that's scaling, that's reinvesting into itself, that has a plan. CLOV is a great long-term stock. CLOV is a highly manipulated stock. CLOV is shorted. CLOV is exciting. CLOV goes up. CLOV goes down. There is a lot of activity going on in CLOV, but you cannot argue the fact that CLOV does fall under the meme basket. So there's actually a thing called the meme basket, and it's a basket of stocks that includes stocks like AMC, GME, CLOV, BlackBerry, Nokia, BBVY. At one point, I think it even has Space, Galactic. It has a lot of stocks in there. Naked. There's a ton of stocks inside of this meme basket, and they use that meme basket as if it was an ETF to track its performance, both up and down and velocity. People write articles about the meme basket. They monitor the meme basket to see how it performs, but you cannot argue the fact that CLOV, either fortunately or unfortunately, is in fact a meme stock, but it is not only a meme stock. So in my opinion, there are a lot of stocks out there that are just purely meme stocks. They have no business being any price that they are. I think they should, some stocks should be zero, but they're being held together by retail investors. So to me, that is a meme stock. It's a stock that everybody's talking about. But for CLOV, it is in that basket, but it is also much more than that. So that's what helps me stay confident in investing in CLOV. So keep that in mind. When other meme stocks move, so does CLOV. This move happened after AMC's move happened today. If you want to overlap the two, you can see AMC had an absolute rocket from about 337 to 4178. So it had a hell of a day after some news got released. And I think it was some Robinhood news. I believe it was SEC news and possibly even just AMC news. But I guess we can click here. So social buzz, Wall Street bets trading volatile as Virgin Galactic soars, Bed Bath & Beyond tumbles. Virgin Galactic shares shot up 14% as space tourism company announced late Wednesday that the FAA had ended its investigation. AMC shares climbed 9%. Shares of Dole as a new name on the Reddit forum jumped 7%. So Smile Direct Club rose 3%. GME edged 2%. So there are these social buzz stocks, and CLOV does fall into that as well. So keep an eye out on it. It's very interesting to see that movement. I'm very excited to see where CLOV ends up. I do suspect we should have a green day soon based on all of the volatility that we're seeing here. So also based on all this option activity that's going on. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. With that, I love you, and I'll see you on the next video.